Have you ever been told a secret? Something so incredibly important that you promised to never, ever tell a soul? A secret that felt like a heavy weight, a burden and a privilege all at once? Now imagine a secret so big, so profound, that the fate of an entire empire, a sprawling kingdom, depended on it. A secret that could either solidify its power or crumble it to dust. This is the story of the greatest secret of all, a mystery that has captivated imaginations for centuries. The final resting place of Genghis Khan, the legendary warrior and founder of the Mongol Empire. For nearly 8 centuries, an astonishing length of time, historians, archaeologists and treasure hunters alike have tirelessly searched for his grave, driven by curiosity, ambition and the allure of the unknown. But it remains hidden, a testament to the effectiveness of the measures taken to conceal it. Genghis Khan wanted his burial site to be unknown forever, a desire rooted in both pragmatism and a deep understanding of power, a wish that has been honored to this day, transforming the search for his tomb into one of history's most enduring enigmas. His final command was secrecy, an order that carried the weight of his entire reign. Not just for personal peace in the afterlife, but to protect his empire from chaos, internal strife, and external threats after his death. He feared his enemies would desecrate his remains, seeking to symbolically destroy his legacy and undermine his power. Or his followers would turn his tomb into a divisive shrine, potentially leading to factionalism and conflict within the empire. Instead, he wanted his legacy to be the empire he built, a testament to his military genius and political acumen. Not a monument of gold or stone, but the enduring impact of his rule on the world. The details of his burial are shrouded in legend and mystery, obscured by the mists of time and the deliberate efforts to conceal them. Pieced together from scraps of folklore, fragmented historical accounts, and conflicting narratives passed down through generations. Did his funeral procession kill all witnesses, ensuring that no one could reveal the location of his final resting place? Was a river diverted over his grave, erasing all traces of the burial site and making it virtually impossible to find? The truth is lost in time, buried beneath layers of myth and speculation. The enduring mystery of his tomb, its continued elusiveness, is the final chapter of Genghis Khan's extraordinary life. A fitting end to a story filled with conquest, intrigue, and unparalleled ambition. In death, he chose to vanish into the Mongolian landscape he loved, becoming one with the vast steppes and the rugged mountains. Leaving behind the world he reshaped, a world forever altered by his conquests and his vision. And so, the world's greatest conqueror became its greatest mystery, a paradox that continues to fascinate and intrigue us. A secret still waiting to be uncovered, a challenge to future generations of historians and explorers. Before we unravel the mystery surrounding his funeral, a mystery shrouded in secrecy and intrigue, let's take a moment to remember who Genghis Khan really was, the man behind the legend. Born Temujin, amidst the vast and unforgiving landscapes of Mongolia, he survived a brutal childhood on the Mongolian steppe, a childhood marked by hardship and loss, learning resilience, the importance of loyalty and the power of unity. Against all odds, facing constant threats and betrayals, he united warring tribes, forging them into a single, formidable nation. In 1206, he became Genghis Khan, universal ruler, a title that reflected his ambition and destiny and established laws, the yasa, that promoted religious freedom, trade and order. His Mongol Empire became the largest contiguous land empire in history, a testament to his military genius, stretching from the Pacific to Eastern Europe, connecting diverse cultures and civilizations. He created a postal system, the Yam, a network of relay stations and messengers connecting East and West, facilitating trade and allowing ideas to flourish across continents. Genghis Khan's influence shaped the modern world, leaving an indelible mark on history in ways we still feel today, from legal systems to trade routes. His death in 1227, after decades of relentless campaigning, marked the end of an era and the beginning of a delicate transition for his vast empire, a transition fraught with challenges. The secrecy of his funeral was crucial, a carefully guarded secret to maintaining stability and unity among his people, preventing any potential power struggles. His passing was more than the loss of a king. It was the loss of a unifying figure. It was a turning point for world history, a moment that would reshape the geopolitical landscape. The way his people handled his death, the rituals and ceremonies they performed, would determine the future of the Mongol Empire, its survival and its continued expansion. The secret of his burial was as important, perhaps even more so, as the legacy he left behind, a legacy of conquest, innovation and cultural exchange. Genghis Khan's story is not just about conquest, about military might and territorial expansion, but about transformation, about the profound and lasting impact he had on the world. Genghis Khan, the formidable leader of the Mongol Empire, met his end during a military campaign in 1227. But the exact cause of his death remains shrouded in mystery, a puzzle that historians continue to debate and explore. Was it a sudden, unexpected event? Perhaps it was illness, a disease that swept through the ranks of his army. Or maybe it was a battle injury sustained in the heat of combat that ultimately proved fatal, or even a simple accident, a fall from his horse during a hunt or a military exercise. Whatever the reason, his final command was absolute: keep his death a secret, a closely guarded secret, until his body could be returned to the heart of Mongolia. The funeral procession that followed was not just a journey, but a silent, deadly mission. No witnesses allowed under any circumstances. Legend says that the soldiers escorting the body killed anyone who crossed their path, anyone who saw them, not out of cruelty or malice, but out of unwavering loyalty and a desperate need to protect the secret of their leader's passing. In an empire built on communication and the swift exchange of information, a single rumor, a whisper of weakness, could spark widespread rebellion and threaten the stability of the entire realm. The soldiers, therefore, created a corridor of silence around them, ensuring that the secret stayed safe, locked away from prying eyes and loose tongues. This was, in essence, a 13th century spy mission of the highest order, with the body of the world's most powerful man as the most precious cargo imaginable. The journey home was not just long, but incredibly perilous, fraught with dangers at every turn. They were crossing hundreds of miles of unforgiving terrain to reach the sacred Onon River. Whether the legend of killing all witnesses is entirely true, or simply an exaggeration passed down through generations, it undeniably shows the extreme lengths to which they were willing to go, the desperate actions they were prepared to take to honor Genghis Khan's final wish and carry out his last command. The absolute secrecy surrounding his burial was, without a doubt, the most important and crucial mission his loyal followers ever undertook. They firmly believed they were safeguarding not just a body, the mortal remains of their Khan, but the future of their world, the very legacy of the Mongol Empire. Once the procession reached the Khenti Mountains, the burial became even more secretive. Legend claims the slaves who built the tomb were executed, and the soldiers who killed them were also eliminated. Layers of silence to protect the secret. The final guardians, known as the Dark Host, watched over the area for generations, never knowing the exact spot. Another legend tells of 1,000 horsemen trampling the gravesite, erasing all traces. Trees were planted and a forest grew, camouflaging the tomb in nature. Unlike pharaohs or emperors, Genghis Khan wanted to vanish, becoming one with the steppe. The 1,000 Horsemen's ritual was both erasure and tribute, returning their leader to the eternal blue sky and golden earth. The secret was woven into the land itself, not marked by stone, but by living nature. This act was the ultimate symbol of humility and respect for the land. Genghis Khan's grave became a legend, hidden in plain sight. The mystery endures, protected by myth and the Mongolian wilderness. Why so much secrecy? It was more than a personal wish, it was a political strategy. Genghis Khan knew his death could destabilize the empire, so secrecy bought time for a smooth transition of power. Like a company hiding the loss of its founder, the Mongols needed unity before revealing the truth. Their rivals waited for any sign of weakness. Secrecy was a shield. Spiritually, Mongols believed a grave held the soul's power. Disturbing it would endanger the nation. Hiding the tomb protected both his spirit and his people. Genghis Khan also wanted to avoid becoming a religious icon or a source of political conflict. He wanted his legacy to be the living empire, not a shrine. By choosing an unmarked grave, he kept the focus on unity and law, not relics. His true monument was the nation he built, not a tomb. The secrecy was both protection and principle. One enduring legend claims Genghis Khan's tomb lies beneath a river. His followers supposedly diverted a river, buried him in the dry bed, then let the water flow back, hiding the grave forever. This feat would have required immense manpower and engineering skill. The river became the tomb's eternal guardian, its waters a shield against discovery. For the Mongols, rivers and mountains were sacred. Nature itself protected their leader. Whether true or myth, the story captures the essence of the mystery. A grave hidden by the land, sanctified by nature. The image of a river flowing over his resting place is a powerful symbol of peace and secrecy. Genghis Khan's tomb became part of the landscape, lost to time and protected by the elements. For centuries, the Khenti Mountains remained sacred and off-limits, the secret of the tomb safe. But modern technology and curiosity have sparked a global search for Genghis Khan's grave. Archaeologists use satellite imagery and ground-penetrating radar to scan the vast, rugged terrain. The search is like hunting for a needle in a haystack the size of a country. Mongolian tradition still demands respect for the land, and the Khans wish to remain undisturbed. This creates a delicate balance between scientific discovery and cultural respect. Despite challenges, the search continues, with promising sites like Buk and Khaldun under investigation. No definitive evidence has been found. The secret endures. The mystery is protected by the land, the people, and the cleverness of those who hid it. Genghis Khan's final secret remains unsolved, fueling imaginations worldwide. Why does this ancient secret still matter? Genghis Khan's choice of anonymity in death challenges our ideas of legacy and fame. He reminds us that true impact comes from actions, not monuments. The story connects us to the Mongols' deep respect for nature, a lesson relevant in today's world. The mystery sparks curiosity, inviting us to be detectives and keep history alive. It raises ethical questions. Should we disturb the past for knowledge or honor the wishes of the dead? The search for the tomb is a quest for balance between curiosity and respect. Genghis Khan's secret is not just about a grave, but about values that still resonate. The mystery itself is a legacy, teaching humility, respect, and wonder. The tomb of Genghis Khan remains one of history's greatest secrets, protected by legend, land, and respect. His burial was designed to safeguard an empire and preserve a spirit. He built the world's largest empire, yet chose a grave hidden in the earth, a paradox that fascinates us still. The ongoing search is a high-tech quest for an ancient puzzle, but the mystery itself keeps his story alive. The empty space on the map speaks louder than any monument. Genghis Khan's secret was meant to protect his people and his legacy. It leaves us with a question: what secrets are worth keeping, and what kind of legacy do we hope to leave behind?